and that is a pickup of 24 yards.
Well, you got inside technique by Averett, and that is tough.
Play the wide receiver. Surtain gets his eyes back to the inside.
And since he entered,
I mean, watch this route. He goes out, he goes back in. Jalen Ramsey has no idea where Travis Kelce is, and then he's one of the best.
It's a no-brainer. You have your best wide receiver. He's in man coverage, press man with no help from the safety.
Defense number 22. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Fired every ball. Watch his patience, up, inside, and then he
had a huge impact. Gets a great release, and then how do you do this at the end? Just one-handed grab.
Earlier there was a near miss. Darius Slayton couldn't keep his footing. Well, not this time. The kids call this a head top.
Wow's Pickett. And let's see if both feet came down in bounds. What a catch.
That sure looked like it. A really good catch.
Wow.
That far down the field off the
AB.
Come on.
He takes on scramble drill. You're short, go deep. Nice job there. Fights off. He's getting his left.
This guy's arrived. Look at St. Brown. Ooh, get that leverage. Get him off his spot and make him start.
Minnesota has disguised coverages, used too deep, but here's straight man coverage. Go route by Devontae Parker. He just runs by him in a beautiful.
On the day.
A 30-second timeout.
The stop and go, and just enough space past it.
His changeup and his speed to be able to get open. He has so many different moves and releases.
Yes, it is, and that's an excellent route by Deontay Johnson. And just
Because watch as the slant comes in and the back goes to the flat. That's a tight.
there's been some interceptions like this. I'm not real sure what Pittman's doing, working. Now, that's a heck of a play.
Chris Harris broke him off something fierce. Watch him. Ooh. Allen Iverson crossover.
6 touchdowns now in the last 3 games. He is really something. When he gets in the open field and running, that was some throw by Jordan Love, too. I don't know what they're going to call it, but you have to have a route that lands right at the pylon, right? So everybody has a landmark. Here you go with Watkins on the outside.
At the end of the play, E.J. Speed came in and got his arm up and hit quarterback Kenny Pickett.
So what do? You run through it, Jason.
Absolutely. They call this an east-west double. They're covering the east, they're covering the west, they're not covering.
Well, this is exactly what I was talking about. Watch Waddle come off, and he's just going, pressing, and then snaps it off. Look at how wide open he is because of the speed and because of the quickness of Tua recognizing and getting rid of the ball.
He's got 25.
He really has, and this is, again, just a great route. They call this a dig route.
Jacoby Brissett with a strike to the back of the end zone to Njoku on 4th and 10.
I've been waiting for Njoku to score a touchdown so I can talk about him being from the U.
What a catch.
I thought this was going to hit his hand and pop up in the air and be an interception going the other direction.
This is great on great here. You've got Alexander going against the Heisman winner, Devontae Smith, and they're just playing ball. They are going at it right there.
Watch this route because Higgins wins it by being physical at the end with the rookie with McCrary. Because
put Rasul Douglas in a really tough spot, one-on-one with just a fantastic football player. And Mike, I just...
The longest play from scrimmage tonight for the Colts.
Yeah, they haven't really attempted any of these, and that has been the Achilles heel of this defense for the Steelers.
He's going to threaten Surtain deep on this one. Gets him to open those hips, and then he puts on the brake. And I understand you want to take some chances. But this, again, is one of those issues where with a young guy, you're going to see more lined up in the slot here. And Surtain's going to be in the coverage. And sometimes it doesn't even need to be a full.
Watch Jefferson here on the left-hand side. He's got Jones by himself. This is a 7 pump. He runs up, pretends like he's running an out route, puts the foot on the ground and runs vertically down the field.
Very difficult to defend all the way across the field. Look at that. Just a straight. It's normally rare, but not when you're the Buffalo Bills, who are first in the NFL on 3rd and 11 plus and 3rd and 13.
40%. You're going to see Sutton after Russell Wilson escapes in the pocket here, sees his quarterback's in trouble. When you're deep
for 38 to 48 straight yards. That ball, if it's any, but
you're right. partner. He kind of double clutched this one. Terrace Marshall, that was a dangerous throw right there as well.
You saw this bump and run coverage. You know where the ball is going. Take your shot to Bourne. This is a good read, good throw.
And Spikes, just love his decisiveness throughout this first half and on this drive. Underneath the coverage, they stack him up. Let Justin come in behind it. Kirk Cousins
with a helmet in his stomach. Gives CeeDee Lamb time to run. CeeDee Lamb, he runs this route as well as anyone. It's a little shake corner, sell the corner, then defensive coordinator. But at some point, how many times are you going to match up your nickel corner, Holmes? Just like we said a couple minutes ago, when you're big and strong and you can catch the
right out, right away. They get aggressive, man to man, and you break away. Scanning the whole field, the time it took to develop. Great route, great attempt to go get it by Davis. Keep going there, then he adjusts as Allen scrambles, and then great defensive.
For 108 total.
This kid is so good. Right there, he goes up and pushes, and you got help with the safety on top. So this is a perfectly thrown ball, back shoulder.
The thing that I love is how Kirk Cousins is cutting the ball loose here. He sets up, he knows that he's going to enter that hole.
And stick with this man coverage, and Darnay Holmes in the slot. Nice job here. You're going to see number 30, Darnay Holmes. He's in good position.
Ruling on the field, pass was incomplete, third down.
They teed it. Nick McLeod, one of the guys we were just talking about, filling in at corner. But Dalton Schultz, this is a great concept, running on number 44, Nick McLeod. Just a corner out. Just run, stay on the outside.
I love the design as they wait, and then he goes, and then he gets up the field. So you wait, then you stutter. Carlton Davis, he's trying to actually draw the pass interference. Now he's finally healthy, and he's just going to go and beat this man route, or excuse me, this man coverage. Going up against Denzel Ward, one of their Pro Bowlers, and you can see that spin back still fighting.
Starting to put it together. They pick up 39 with Cooks.
I've been waiting all day for that. It's just a go route. Cooks takes an inside release, then gets back.
Again, it's going to be physical all day. Again, when these two go at it.
Pass interference, defense number 1.
And even at points this year when the Jaguars lost 6 out of 7 games.
Talked about Jacoby Brissett, how he wants to win this game. Look at this. This is the throw, man. That was a perfect throw. He put some velocity on that.
Unable to come down inbounds.
That's the matchup. MJ Emerson going against Mike Evans. And you talk about an amazing effort by.
On target with the throw. Watch the extension by Marvin Jones. Let's see if his right leg comes down inbounds right there. That shin.
Nice little play design. You see Akins in the stack position. Release out and then come back in. Landon Roberts can't make the play, and Akins just bowls his way.
You know, you always talk about pushing up to get the yardage. Yes, you want to do that, but you also have to have the timing. He really hung in the pocket as long as he could there. You see the receiver get bumped off, and that takes time. Just takes just as much time.
Trying to get it on that back shoulder. Sauce Gardner kind of on top a little bit.
So wide open because Denzel Ward sees Julio Jones streaking down the field. So now he wants to play deep. Tom Brady's going to read that all day. He's seen that. Who is it again, Kenny? MJ Emerson. I'm telling you, he's making a name for himself.
Consecutive game that Jones has at least 3 catches.
Understanding where the zones are.
Said just having him in the huddle. And I understand that. There was a guy that I played with, Eric.
Great read by Wilson, breaking on that out route by.
Waddle's just going to run right down the middle, and Tua's just going to trust. You have a safety over the top, but he's just going to trust his receiver.
On this play, and what that does, it puts Marcus Peters underneath, and so you
recognize how they played in that first series. Is going to push you to the outside, but they want to get these short timing routes, these quick. This is a really tight window. Watch Elijah Moore going to get on top of Jalen Jones and then kind of break in. Here comes your safety over the top, Eddie Jackson. So that's a really well thrown ball.
Here's the outside matchup. Donovan Peoples-Jones. Kevin Stefanski said he's done a tremendous job, really good player. Carlton Davis with absolutely lockdown coverage.
Had a big drop in the first half, but not this time. Look at how well that route is run, breaks it off.
His possible meeting with the talented rookie cornerback Tariq Woolen.
Yeah, I think
Davante Adams has been one of my all-time favorites. Have been moving around Davante Adams quite a bit in this game. We've seen him inside in the slot, on 3 receivers.
What I'm saying, if I'm the coach, hey, great play, Derwin, but knock it down. You just cost us about 20 yards in field position. We would have been.
Watch him come up and come across. They run a clear-out route, and then he comes underneath in that intermediate space. It's
at the 40-yard line, just snatched that right out of the air.
Well, it's a great throw, but an even better job by Palmer as he comes back. He recognized.
Look at in the middle of the route how Lockett right here just separates. You see Rock Yassin.
First down. And extra at the end of it. Hendrickson roughing the passer. That's just creating traffic in man-to-man coverage. Make sure you've got that. Look at that. I mean, how do you even decipher that? That's pretty good coverage.
Watch him with the quick little return route and back to the flat. Skirt. Oh, man.
Did he say?
On 3rd and 10.
Well, the Cardinals rush 5, dropping 6 in.
This ball is so perfectly well thrown. Too deep coverage. So you've got a hit between the corner dropping back and the safety closing from the top.
A rare running back that understands scramble drill adjustments that far down the field. And he gave his...
You're trying to hold up that gunner, thinking he's running down to cover.
Going down and making a play. Here's a better look at it.
Well, watch this deep post at the top of your screen. Use a little window dressing with Kamara. They try to show the deep in. A little corner and then a post. Deebo Samuel is where they really wanted to get this ball. He made it look like it was an over route.
Turned up, and if he held it for one more second, he runs right past Slay, and he's going to score. He throws that one up over.
And Levi Wallace, he has safety help, so he sees it. He jumps it immediately. I mean, he's just right there. It's just.
He sees inside leverage and he goes and attacks it, gets foot to foot, face to face before he breaks out. If he would have just ran straight and stayed for.
Well, everything I just said is a lot easier said than done. This is actually really good.
And Kittle's going to run this out route right here on your screen. And Kittle thought he was
coming into this game. He's gotten a lot of playing time, but he didn't have any help.
Well, look at this coverage. Ayuk's going to go inside on this go ball, trying to stutter him.
Rams offense right when they needed it. It's man coverage all the way. Get the first down. Watch, he's going to run a little. They call this a whip route. He's going to go out and he's going to settle.